This month's forecast is getting a ton of buzz.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, everywhere. So we had to break it down.
For sure.
We're talking about the March 2025 career forecast. 5 zodiac signs to soar.
Big title, big expectations.
Exactly. Huge for anyone looking for work or, that next step.
Right.
So we got to see, did the stars actually back this up? What's going on cosmically this month?
Well, we've got a few big players in the mix this month.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Venus retrograde in Aries, always interesting.
Yeah.
New moon in Aries, too.
Double Aries, okay.
And then, just to spice things up, Mars is hanging out in Cancer.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack.
It is, and each one's going to hit us differently depending on, who you are astrologically speaking.
Next sign.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the article highlights 5 signs, right? Supposedly, these are the ones with the biggest career potential this month.
That's the claim.
Okay, let's put it to the test.
First up, Aries. Bold, energetic, the article calls your cosmic edge. All about past wins and, more bold moves.
Classic Aries, right? Always charging ahead.
So what does that actually mean for their careers this month? Like, how does that play out in real life?
Well, for Aries, think about the energy of the sun, right? Moving into Aries on March 20th.
Oh, their season.
Exactly. Leadership qualities get amplified. It's all about energy.
Okay.
Now, add in Venus retrograde, which we know is all about revisiting the past.
Right.
For Aries, that could mean looking back at those past successes, the wins, and using that to propel them forward.
Using that momentum.
Exactly. It's a potent combination.
Makes sense. So March 20th is key here, huh?
Big time. The article calls it their breakthrough shot.
It does. So new beginnings, taking initiative, all very Aries.
Couldn't be more Aries if it tried.
All right. So the article gets even more specific, though, right? It says the pro move for Aries is to, push past any retrograde noise and own it on March 20th.
Love that. Own it.
But they even say between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Now that's interesting.
Is that super specific astro timing?
It is. Think of it like riding a wave.
Okay.
You want to catch it at its peak.
Right. To get the most out of it.
Exactly. That 2-hour window for Aries, that's when that Sun and Aries energy is at its strongest.
So confidence, assertiveness, all through the roof.
Absolutely. Perfect time for a pitch, asking for that raise, maybe launching that project you've been dreaming of.
Wow. So Aries, mark your calendars for March 20th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern.
Don't miss it.
That's your power hour.
Exactly. Own it.
Okay, next up we've got Virgo.
The detail-oriented folks.
Right, always organized.
Always.
Their cosmic edge, according to the article, is sharpened analytical skills and potential partnerships.
Okay, interesting combo.
So how does that translate into career wins this month?
Well, Virgos are known for their analytical minds and for being super detail-oriented.
Right.
But during the week of March 11th to 17th, Mercury, the planet of communication and intellect, is in Pisces.
Ooh, Pisces, that's more dreamy, right? Less about the details.
It is. And that can actually be a good thing for Virgos. It can boost their intuition, make them a little more receptive to creative solutions.
Okay.
Now combine that with Venus retrograde, which might stir up some past collaborations, and suddenly teamwork, networking, that becomes key.
So instead of solo projects, Virgos should be looking for team efforts.
Exactly. Leverage those strengths, but recognize that sometimes 2 heads are better than 1.
And maybe those past connections are coming back for a reason.
Exactly. Be open to those reconnections. You never know what they could lead to.
Okay, the breakthrough shot for Virgos, freelance gigs, or team projects. Interesting.
Makes sense though, right? Freelancing lets you use those specialized skills, but still be independent.
Right.
And team projects. Well, that's where the analytical mind and that sharp eye for detail really shine.
And you can use that Pisces intuition too.
Exactly. It's all coming together.
All right, the pro move for Virgos. Have your pitch perfectly polished by March 15th.
Specific deadline.
Yeah, why that date?
Because by then, Mercury is still in Pisces. So you're communicating clearly, connecting with people on a deeper level.
And Venus retrograde is still in play, so maybe some extra intuition there too.
Right, to help you really nail that pitch.
All right, so Virgos, polish those pitches, get ready to impress. Next up, we have Capricorn.
The ambitious ones.
Super driven, and their cosmic edge this month. Supercharged networking and ambition.
Well, that's just Capricorn in a nutshell, right?
Yeah, always reaching for the top.
But it gets even more interesting this month because Mars, the planet of action, is in Cancer.
Cancer, the homebody.
Exactly. So for Capricorns, this could mean focusing on connections closer to home, colleagues, mentors, even family.
So not just networking events, but nurturing those existing relationships.
Right, it's about building that support system.
Okay. And on top of that, the sun's illuminating their career sector on March 20th.
Double whammy.
Yeah.
All that hard work is going to get noticed.
Raises, leadership opportunities. The article says those are their breakthrough shots this month.
Sounds about right for a Capricorn on a roll.
All right, their pro move, network early and often, then flex your achievements on March 18th.
Love it.
Between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
Again, with the super specific timing.
Right. Is this another peak energy window?
It is. That's when Mars in Cancer is at its strongest for Capricorns.
So confidence boost.
Big time. Perfect time to advocate for yourself, showcase those accomplishments.
Okay, Capricorns, you heard it here. Connect early, then be ready to shine on March 18th.
Make it happen.
All right, let's move on to the always mysterious Scorpios.
Ooh, intense.
Right. Their cosmic edge, passion projects, and intense drive.
Sounds about right.
So how does that play out in the career realm this month?
Well, Scorpios are known for their intensity, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Venus retrograde is hitting their work sector right from the start of the month.
Okay.
So they might be drawn to projects that really light them up, something with passion.
Okay, so not just any job will do this month.
Right, it has to resonate on a deeper level.
Something that speaks to their soul.
Exactly, and then with Mars in Cancer fueling that ambition, they're going to be unstoppable.
The breakthrough shot for Scorpios, those passion projects or niche roles.
Where they can really dive deep.
Okay, and the pro move. Push those boundaries mid-month and mark March 25th on your calendar, specifically between 10 p.m. and midnight Eastern Time.
Late night for career moves.
Right. Why so late?
Well, Scorpios, they often thrive working independently and during those unconventional hours.
Okay.
It's when they can really tap into their intuition.
Plus, Venus retrograde will be clearing by then, so they can head into April with a fresh perspective.
Exactly. It's all about timing.
All right, Scorpios, embrace those late-night brainstorming sessions, map out your next move.
Trust those instincts.
Last but not least, we have Aquarius.
The innovators.
Always thinking outside the box. And their cosmic edge this month. Unique talents and innovative thinking.
That's Aquarius all day long.
So how do those talents translate into career success in March?
Well, with the sun in Pisces until March 20th, Aquarians are going to be feeling super connected to their inner selves.
More introspective than usual.
Right, more aware of their unique gifts.
Yeah.
But then when Aries season hits on the 20th, bam. Desire to make a difference, shake things up, that all gets amplified.
So it's like a month of two halves for them?
In a way, yeah. First reflection, then action.
The article mentions tech digs and, bold, outside-the-box ideas as their breakthrough shot.
Again, perfect for Aquarius, right?
So time to let that freak flag fly.
Absolutely. Embrace the unconventional.
Their pro move, pitch those wild concepts by March 23rd, specifically between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
More specific timing. Gotta love it.
Is this about Uranus, their ruling planet?
It is. Uranus is all about the unexpected, the breakthroughs.
Well,
So by aligning your actions with its peak energy during that time frame, you're basically attracting those serendipitous moments.
so it's not just about having the ideas, it's about pitching them at the right time.
Exactly. Timing is everything, especially with a planet like Uranus.
Wow, okay, so much to think about for each of these signs.
Right, and this is just scratching the surface.
We've covered those 5 signs, but what about everyone else? How do these cosmic events impact everyone's career regardless of their sign?
Well, remember, these events create a sort of energetic backdrop for everyone.
Okay.
We've talked about Venus retrograde being a time for reflection, reassessment. That applies to everyone.
Right, so even if you're not a Scorpio, you might be thinking about past projects or colleagues.
Exactly. Could be a chance to reignite those passions or collaborations.
What about the new moon in Aries? Any advice for everyone there?
New moons are always about new beginnings. And with this one being in Aries, it's all about action, taking initiative.
So if you've been thinking about a career change, now's the time to go for it.
Exactly. Harness that Aries energy, put those plans into motion.
Okay, and then Mars and Cancer, that's a bit of a tricky one, right? Action and the homebody.
It might seem that way, but it actually creates a really interesting synergy.
Okay.
It suggests that networking with people you trust, like close friends, family, that could lead to some amazing opportunities.
So less about those big networking events, more about nurturing those close connections.
Precisely. Reach out to those who genuinely support you They might have insights you wouldn't expect.
It's like sometimes the best opportunities come from the people we least expect.
Right, and it reminds us that career success isn't just about individual effort, it's about building a support system.
Love that. So March is about bold action, but also remembering the importance of those connections.
Absolutely, finding that balance is key.
And remember, we're talking about these big cosmic events, but the real magic happens when you combine this knowledge with your own intuition.
Exactly, you're not just blindly following the horoscope, you're using it as a tool for self-discovery.
Okay, that's empowering.
It is, you're in control.
This is all so fascinating. I feel like we're just getting started.
Oh, we are just getting started. There's so much more to explore.
But we've got to take a break.
Of course.
We'll be back soon to dive even deeper into career astrology, so stay tuned.
Can't wait. So much more to explore. You mentioned birth charts earlier.
Oh yeah, that's like next level astrology, right?
It is. It's where you can really personalize these trends, see how this all applies to you specifically.
Okay, so if someone's just starting out with astrology, what's a birth chart?
It's basically like a snapshot of the sky at the exact moment you were born.
Whoa, that's cool.
It shows where all the planets were, the signs, the houses. It's unique to you.
And it can tell you about your career.
Oh yeah, big time, especially your 10th house.
The 10th house, okay, what's that all about?
It's known as the house of career, public image, all that.
So like what you're known for.
Yeah, your ambitions, your goals, even your reputation.
So it's not just about what job you have, it's like your overall impact.
Exactly, it's about your calling, your purpose, the mark you want to leave on the world.
Okay, that's deep.
It is. And by understanding the planets and signs in your 10th house, you can get so much clarity on your career path.
Like it can help you make decisions.
Absolutely. It's like having a cosmic compass pointing you in the right direction.
I like that, a cosmic compass.
Right.
Pretty cool. Okay, so we talked about those 5 signs in the article, but for everyone else, what can they look for this month?
Well, remember, these cosmic events are kind of like a backdrop for everyone.
Okay.
Venus retrograde, we talked about it being a time for reflection. That applies across the board.
Right, so even if you're not a Scorpio, you might be thinking about those past projects.
Exactly. Maybe there's something you started and never finished, or a collaboration that just didn't work out.
Could be time for a second chance.
Right. See things with a fresh perspective.
What about the new moon in Aries? Anything everyone should keep in mind?
New moons are always about new beginnings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with this one being in Aries, the sign of action, it's a great time to set those bold goals.
So if you've been thinking about a career change, now's the time to actually do it.
Exactly. Harness that Aries energy. Take that leap of faith.
And Mars in Cancer, how does that fit in for everyone?
Mars is action, energy, and Cancer is all about home, family, nurturing.
Seems kind of contradictory for career stuff.
It might seem that way, but it's actually a powerful combo.
Okay.
It suggests that networking with people you trust, your inner circle, could lead to amazing opportunities.
So like family, close friends, those kinds of connections.
Exactly. Reach out to them, see what they're up to. They might have insights you wouldn't
I
expect.
feel like your support system can also be your career network.
Absolutely. And sometimes those are the strongest connections you have.
This is making me rethink my whole approach to networking.
Right. It's not all about those big events and cold emails.
So March is about bold action, but also remembering the importance of those close relationships.
Exactly. Finding that balance is key.
And we keep saying this, but it's important. We're talking about these big cosmic events. But the real magic happens when you combine that with your own intuition.
Could agree more. You're not just blindly following the horoscope. You're using it as a guide, a tool for self-discovery.
Okay, so how can people actually use their birth charts to get those career insights?
Well, first, you got to get your birth chart. There's some great websites that can calculate it for you for free.
Okay, so you need your birth date, time, and location.
Exactly. Be as accurate as you can, and then you can start exploring.
And the 10th house is the one to focus on for career stuff, right?
Exactly. Look at the sign on the cusp of your 10th house. That's the starting point.
Okay. And any planets in that house.
Yeah, those are important too. They add another layer of interpretation.
Okay, this is a lot to take in.
It can be, but it's worth it, trust me.
What if someone wants a more personalized approach? Like, should they talk to a professional astrologer?
Oh, absolutely. A professional can really dive deep into your birth chart, give you tailored guidance.
Okay, so it's like having a cosmic career counselor.
Exactly. They can help you identify your strengths, your challenges, the best times to take action, all that good stuff.
So much good stuff. I feel like we need another deep dive just on birth charts.
We could definitely do that. There's so much to uncover.
All right, so for anyone listening who's ready to take their career to the next level, what are some key takeaways?
Well, first and foremost, Remember that you have the power to shape your own destiny.
Okay, so it's not just about letting the stars decide everything.
Right, the stars provide guidance, but you're the one making the choices.
You're the captain of your ship.
Exactly, and this month, with all this cosmic energy supporting growth and change, it's an especially good time to make those bold moves.
So pay attention to the timing. Trust your gut. Go for it.
Exactly, and don't be afraid to ask for what you deserve.
Okay, that's powerful.
It is. You have more power than you realize.
But how can people actually apply this information to their lives? It can feel overwhelming. Like, where do you even start?
It starts with self-reflection. Take some time to really think about your career aspirations.
Like, what do you actually want?
Exactly. What are your goals, your strengths? What are you passionate about? Once you know that, you can start to see how the astrological forecast can support you.
So it's kind of like using this astrological info, as a tool to figure yourself out and then like actually make a plan.
Yeah, exactly. Not just waiting around for things to magically happen. It's about working with what the cosmos is giving you.
Okay, so we're not just puppets to the planets.
No, not at all. You're in the driver's seat. The stars are just the map.
All right, so for those of us who want to really go deep, how do we actually use our birth charts for all this career stuff?
Well, like I said before, there's some great websites out there. You can just Google free birth chart calculator.
Okay, easy enough.
Make sure you have your birth date, time, and location. Got to be accurate.
Got it. And then what? Like, what am I looking for specifically?
Well, for career stuff, you want to focus on your 10th house.
Right, the house of career or whatever.
Exactly. So look at the sign that's on the cusp of your 10th house. That's the starting point.
Okay, and the planets in that house too.
Yeah, those are important too. They add another layer of meaning.
Okay, so let's say I'm looking at all this and I'm still like kind of confused.
It can be overwhelming for sure.
Would you recommend talking to a professional astrologer?
Oh, absolutely. If you want really personalized insights, a professional can guide you.
Okay, so they can like look at my specific chart and give me advice.
Yeah, they can help you identify your strengths, your challenges, the best times to make those big career moves.
So it's like instead of a regular career counselor, I get a cosmic career counselor.
Exactly. It's pretty cool.
This has been so much fun. I feel like I need to go study my birth chart right now.
I highly recommend it. You'll learn so much about yourself.
So as we wrap things up here, any final thoughts for our listeners who are, ready to take their careers to the next level?
Just remember, you have the power to create the career you want. The stars are there to guide you, but you're the one in control.
So use this month's energy wisely.
Exactly. Make those bold moves. Trust your intuition. And don't be afraid to ask for what you deserve.
Beautiful. I love that.
It's all about empowerment.
This has been such an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's been my pleasure. I always love talking about this stuff.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the cosmos.
Bye, everyone.